Hey, you guys. Well, this is my home sweet home, second floor. Yay! Back where, where people are. I'm so happy about it. Yay! No more having to push the call nurse button when I gotta pee or take a dump. Because that was annoying. Having to push the call button every single time that I have to go to the bathroom. Let me tell you, when it hits you, it hits you. And I wanted to show you guys my new improvised-ish mask that I have to wear for whenever I go to sleep for my BiPAP. As I probably told you in previous videos, I wear a BiPAP so that I can breathe properly when I sleep at night, because my oxygen kind of dips low when I fall asleep. So in order for me not to, spaz out or whatever, I have to wear a BiPAP. It's kind of like a CPAP, but it goes to the rhythm of your breathing. Instead of a constant flow of air pushing in your face, it gives you breath, kind of. It helps you breathe. How it goes to the flow of your own rhythm. And I was freaking out because I can't do a whole face mask. I freak out way too much. And I was used to just a nose mask that does just, my nose. I was used to that. I have that at home. And they didn't have that at all here in the hospital. What they have is a mouth, like a mask that goes over the mouth, and it has two holes that cushions your nose. Well, in a sec, I have to do something really gross. Okay, I do apologize. I had a coughing fit and I had to get rid of whatever I coughed up. Didn't want to gross you guys out, because let me tell you, it's not a pretty sight. But hey, it comes with the territory of, having cystic fibrosis. My lungs are compromised, and, it's kind of like smoking a lot of cigarettes for a lot of years and having pneumonia and bronchitis and lung infections all in one, and it's a pain. A good friend of mine, she couldn't watch any more of my videos. She really didn't want to, because of all the updates that I do on my videos and about my health and about my situations and everything, how everything is going. Right now, I have blood clots in my lungs. They're called pulmonary embolisms, and because of the stress on my heart, on the right side of my heart, a good friend of mine that I love dearly, and I feel bad. I know I can't help it because it's in my body, and because I want to kind of educate and let people know what's going on and what, how the disease can progress in a person. But she couldn't take watching my videos. How I used to be 3 years ago, just even 3 years ago. I was a completely and totally energized and a different person. I wasn't as weak as I used to be. I even 3 years ago, I could do a lot of things. I was down to 1 liter of oxygen. And I had to use a cane for whenever I traveled because of my hips and my knees. But I could go for hours, on just one little 5-pound air tank. You know, the little portable ones that you see in backpacks, or in that that show. What was that show called? I don't know. It was just some show that had this chick that played that got cystic fibrosis on that show, like the hotel or motel, you know. Anyways, I could go for hours just with, you know, 1 liter on a little backpack, but you know, I was still me. I could go to bars, I could dance. It wasn't a big deal. But now everything's changed. You know, I'm up to 8 liters. I have to wear an oxygen optimizer so that I can take as much oxygen as possible with just a little amount of force, I guess. You know, I won't have to be cranked up to 10 just to breathe. I can go to 8 and have the stability of 10, you know. But the one thing I wanted to wanted to tell you guys is that I can't take a full mask. I'm trying to conquer my fear, I guess. I get a little claustrophobic, I guess. I freak out with the full mask. And whenever they had to put me to sleep for, you know, anesthesia, I couldn't take holding the mask. I couldn't take, you know, having put the, you know, anesthesia with the mask on or whatever. I couldn't take that. They had to hold it in front of me. I had to take a deep breath, hold my breath, and count to 10. Let it out, and then do another breath of the anesthesia while they held it close to my face. Hold my breath, and count to 10 until I fell asleep. I couldn't take having a full mask. And the mask that I have now, as I said earlier, is that it covers my mouth and has a cushion for my nose. And this little deal here is called my BiPAP. It's, you know, a little machine. If I could aim the camera right. It's got a little machine. It's a machine. And this setting right here is the BiPAP. They have modes, which is a trilogy or a CPAP. But the mode right here is a BiPAP mode. And this is, the eye time is kind of like how fast, or like how in between breaths it pumps through you. Like, you know, when you're inhaling and exhaling and then inhaling again and exhaling, that's the eye time. How much you inhale, the inhale time. And the rise, I guess it's like for how fast it is? I don't know. Maybe. You have, this is the O2, this is the oxygen, and I'm getting 50%, which is basically what I had last time, which is, you know, 50% of oxygen, I guess. Oxygen that's going through to help me breathe, you know, so to speak. And the new mask that I have is this. This is the mask that, oops, it's a little upside down. But if I can put this thing on, this is the mask that I will have to wear. It's got, like, you know, what you would see for like the digital, you know, when you're doing the VR and you gotta do that head strap. It's kind of the same thing. But this right here, if I can get the cushion out of the way, I can get the straps out of the way. So this right here, it goes on my head right here. This part right here. This swinging part, it goes on the bottom of my head. And the little mask itself, this is the mask. It's got the mouth right here, the covering. And then right there, if you can see, is the two little dots. That it helps for the nose. That's where the nose goes. And that little circle in there, pardon me, that right there is where all the air comes from. And this machine helps me breathe at night because my oxygen dips. And this right here is kind of like the blowhole. You know, when you exhale, all the exhaling comes out of this right here. This exhaling little chamber pot right here. It's kind of like the blowhole of it all. So it goes in through here, you inhale, and you exhale all the carbon, all the bad ickies out. Kind of. Carbon dioxide, I guess. My CO2. And because my CO2 is, it's like, you know, it's like carbon dioxide for us patients, I guess. Well, for me anyways, it's what creates really bad headaches for me. I get sick, I get groggy, I can't function right. And I hurt all over. But with using the BiPAP, it helps for more oxygen to go in, and for my CO2 level, because everybody has their levels, the amount of body, every person's body can tolerate a certain amount. It can compensate for a certain amount of CO2 that goes in the body. And mine was way too high, and I was getting headaches. I was sensitive to sunlight. I was just sick, and it was not a pretty sight. But now with the BiPAP, I could just sleep comfortable at night. I don't have to sit in a sitting position and sleep with all the pillows in front of me, because that's how I used to sleep. Because I wasn't able to actually lay down and sleep. I was coughing way too much, and it sucked a lot. But thankfully now, you know, with the BiPAP, I'm a lot better. So just want to share with you guys that I'm conquering my fear of facial masks with just doing, because I was shaking as I put it on. I was shaking as the respiratory therapist was turning it on and letting the air through and letting the machine work. I was shaking so bad, I started to freak out. I had to take it off. But after a few times, knowing that I need to have the BiPAP, I need to be able to breathe at night, that this machine is the only machine that will help me breathe at night, I had to push through what scared the hell out of me. And I was shaking as I did it. I held it to my face. I was breathing in and out. I was shaking so horribly bad. I wanted to cry. But I kept telling myself, just push through. Just push through. You need this. Don't freak out. Just push through. And I clipped it. I put the headset part of it on. I clipped it myself to the mask itself. It's got two little clips that goes on the sides of the mask. I adjusted the Velcro straps to where it would fit. The respiratory therapist helped with the top part because it's got two separate parts. It has Velcro on the top to adjust for the head piece up here, and it's got two in the back, on the bottom, to help with the straps around the bottom of the head. So it basically straps your whole head to a mask that covers your mouth and has a cushion for your nose. So there you go. I did the most scariest thing that I could think of. I put on an actual half facial mask on. And it scared the living daylights out of me. I was terrified. I was shaking. I'm still kind of shaking. I wanted to do this video while it's fresh, while I'm still on this kind of adrenaline high, I guess. Because I'm still kind of shaking, but I don't know. So, there you go. It's okay. Thank you for listening, I guess, and watching my videos, and I hope it kind of helps. You know, if you're afraid of something, if you want to try to conquer your fear, it's best that you try. You know, even if you fail, you fail. But it's not for the lack of being a coward or not afraid or, you know, trying to deny everything, or, you know, if it scares the hell out of you, like the mask scared the hell out of me. As long as you try. If you don't try, you will never know. I tried, I failed, and I tried again. And and it's okay. I conquered a fear that I have been afraid of for so very long. So many years I've been afraid of it. But now I've done it. And I hope that this helps anyone, you know, if you're afraid of something, because as long as you try. You can't say that you're a failure if you've never tried. As long as you try. You know? Alright, well, it's like almost 10 o'clock my time, and yeah, I'll pretty much have to go to sleep, so I'm gonna watch this movie, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye!